There are many different learning styles, including visual, kinesthetic, oral, solitary, verbal, social, and logical. Many people learn many different ways, and some teachers have to switch things up from time to time to include each and every student. Visual learners retain information the best by viewing images and pictures. Also, they do well with lots of colors and maps. Visual learners can remember 75% of what they see or read. Them taking lots of notes is extra helpful, and they also have a good sense of direction simply because they are able to read maps efficiently. They tend to be neat and often do well in class tests because they remember the information they saw written down. Around 65% of the population are visual learners. A second type of learning is kinesthetic. Kinesthetic learners are all for doing things physically, using things like flashcards that can help them learn later. And these people also learn more by getting hands-on experiences. They love working with their hands or even tools, and kinesthetic learners tend to use their hands and lots of gestures while speaking. They enjoy making charts and posters for the group projects rather than gathering all of the information. Another type of learning is oral learning, also known as auditory learners. These type of learners retain the most information after hearing it up to 3 times. Music video clips and conversations are their ideal way of understanding information. They do well in traditional school and that type of environment, listening to lectures, while also contributing to discussions. Multimedia curriculum is also great for improving on their auditory learning skills. Solitary is also another type of learning. This is also known as interpersonal learners, and they work best completely on their own. Making notes by themselves and reciting them back is a useful way of studying alone. Most people will have to use this form of learning at some point in their lives, and they are usually more private and independent people if this is your learning style. They concentrate well, and they focus on thoughts and feelings on the current topic. They are self-aware of what they're thinking, and they analyze the way you feel and think. They often reflect back on the past events and the way people approach the situation. Verbal, also known as linguistic learners, respond best to written or spoken words. Also, using tools referred as rhymes and acronyms, providing these types of learners with a combination of information in a variety of verbal ways can assist their learning, like initially reading about a concept and right afterwards listening to an audio that supports the same topic they've been reading. Writing notes after that, and finally finishing up discussing the topic with a partner, known as a peer. Another type of learning is social learning, or interpersonal learners. They are mainly meant to work best by participating in studying activities such as quizzing one another, or having a study session. They like to hang out, study, and collaborate with big groups. They struggle working alone, especially in projects, and they are very vocal, not afraid to ask questions if they're not understanding, and they prefer social events and activities. They are also good at understanding others, along with interpreting tone, gestures, and faces. They are natural born leaders and usually don't struggle making friends. They are very outgoing and can go from each group to each group without any struggle. Finally, you have logical or mathematical learners. These type of learners use logistics and logic and structures in order to learn in a way that they are able to remember. These types of learners usually like to keep a detailed planner or even an organizer. They enjoy playing strategy-based games and are highly investigative and curious. These types of learners prefer visuals over words, and they are very highly goal-oriented. They often seek out rules and procedures, and they also often struggle with writing and usually have difficulty seeing the all-around big picture. In conclusion, there are many different people in the world that learn all kinds of different ways, and that's okay. There are 7 ways of learning efficiently, which include visual, kinesthetic, oral, solitary, verbal, social, and logical.